Hi, welcome to Sports News for Kids. I'm Kane Cash.
And I'm Joe Zeman. Let's get out to our top headlines for today. Here are our top headlines today. We have NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl Insight, NFL Playoff Bracket, Jay-Z's Bold Picks,
Caden's Upset City, Mitchell's Madness, Straw Swishes, Hirsch's Hockey Minute, WMS Basketball, and doing your job at home. Last Sunday, the 49ers and the Seahawks clashed in the NFC Championship. These two teams were rivals, so it was a hard-fought game.
On the first play from scrimmage, Aldon Smith of the 49ers tripped Russell Wilson and recovered the ball. The 49ers went on to score 3 points.
With under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, the 49ers had the ball and were losing 17-24. Colin Kaepernick led the team down the field, but then Colin threw into the end zone to Michael Crabtree, and the Seahawks picked it off, winning the game and going to the Super Bowl as the NFC representative.
On the AFC side of things, the New England Patriots visited the Denver Broncos.
Denver's defense came to play and only had 3 points through the first 3 quarters.
Denver special teams kept them in the game though because their offense was too hot, kicking 4 field goals and 2 extra points in the game.
Super Bowl 48 is almost here.
On February 2nd, the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos will fight it out to see who will win the Lombardi Trophy.
The game will be held in MetLife Stadium, East Weatherford, New Jersey at 5:30 p.m. on Fox TV. This NFL playoff season has been amazing. Both number 1 seeds are in the Super Bowl. The Broncos with the number 1 offense and the Seahawks with the number 1 defense. This will be a great game. Starting with the AFC, the Colts and the Chargers won with these in the wild card. And then the next week they lost with these. Then in the AFC Championship, the Broncos dominated the first 3 quarters. Then the Pats tried to make a comeback, and they couldn't.
Then the NFC. In the wild card games, the Saints won against the Eagles by a field goal in the last seconds. Then the Packers got dominated by the 49ers. Next week, the Seahawks and their 12th man beat the Saints by a short margin. Colin Kaepernick totally broke apart the Panthers' great D to advance to the NFC Championship game against the Seahawks. The Seahawks and the 49ers played a highly contested game until the final minute when the 49ers stormed down the field, only to be stopped by Richard Sherman's tipped pass and hoisted into the NFC Championship game.
This week in Caden's Upset City, we don't really have any news to report, so we're going to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl. I believe Team Rice will beat Team Sanders 49-35. The starting quarterbacks for this game will be Drew Brees for Team Rice and Andrew Luck for Team Sanders. Drew Brees will easily win that matchup. Now let's get bold with Joel.
Hey guys, welcome to Jay-Z's Bold Picks. I believe in the Pro Bowl. Andrew Luck and Nick Foles on Team Sanders will team up and throw for 5 touchdowns together. On Team Rice, LaShawn McCoy will run for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Now time for Hirsch's Hockey. And this week I'm going to check in and see how I did from last week. The first game, Predators vs. Flyers. I chose the Flyers. This game was hard hitting from the start. The Flyers came out scoring right away, but they did not have enough energy to pull out a win in a shootout. The Islanders vs. Lightning. This game was a pretty slow, boring game as only 1 goal was scored until the Islanders scored with 5 seconds left in the third period, and John Travis ended up scoring the game-winning goal in a shootout for the Islanders. Blackhawks vs. Ducks. I obviously picked my team, the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks played tremendously well. Hard on defense, smooth on offense, and strong on goal scoring. The Blackhawks closed down the Ducks with 3 goals plus 1 empty net goal, leading a victory 4-2.
Welcome to Straw Swishes. I'm going to start off a little bit different. We are going to look at the scores from last time, so let's take a look. Pittsburgh versus Syracuse. I picked Syracuse. They won 59-54. Syracuse is on a roll. They are 18-0. Michigan versus Wisconsin. I picked Wisconsin in this one, but they lost 70-77. Michigan State versus Illinois. I picked Michigan State. They won 78-62. Michigan State has been pretty good this year. Iowa State versus Texas. I picked Iowa State in this one, but they lost 76-86. Iowa State is on a losing streak. Baylor versus Oklahoma. I picked Baylor in this one, but they lost 64-66. Close game.
Welcome to Mitchell's Madness. Now recap from last week's game. Last week I was 3-1. The Trailblazers beat the Spurs 109-100. The Thunder beat the Warriors 127-121 in the game that Kevin Durant scored 54 points. The Bobcats won against the Magic 111-101. And the only game I lost was when the Raptors beat the Timberwolves 89-92. Did you know that Kevin Durant has had the 4 most high-scoring games in the past 3 weeks? Kevin Durant and the Thunder head to Miami to play the Heat, Wednesday the 29th. This could be a preview for the NBA Finals because the Thunder are really good and so are the Heat, and I think the Heat will come out on top because I think they're just a better team. The Wizards travel to LA, Dunk City as my brother calls it, to play the Clippers. The Wizards are 500 on the road, and the Clippers are 500 at home. Chris Paul is out with a knee injury, but I think the Wizards will come out on top.
Today, our own Waukee 8th grade basketball team had practice.
We took some pictures and videos for you guys to enjoy.
Be expecting more pictures from events that they have. Today was just a little sneak peek.
Now let's head over to Doing Your Job and More. Now it's time for Doing Your Job and More. Is it Richard Sherman's tip to an interception to bring Seahawks to the Super Bowl?
Or Peyton Manning's amazing performance against the Pats in the AFC Championship game. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Signing off, Joel Zeman,
Kane Cap and the rest of the SNK crew.